Here's a young singer-songwriter from Derry, Stoke Londonderry. His name's Dan. He's 16. I think he's great.
I am someone persuaded by TV, and I am someone who I never long to see. You never see the faces in the crowd, but just the face who just knows how to be loud. You gotta be someone better than I am. You gotta be famous, you gotta have a talent. You gotta have the look and the personality, even if the people you inspire don't see that. You gotta have long hair, you gotta have no cares. You have to be someone who's easy to reach. You gotta be someone who people remember, not just someone with no desire to teach. Stop looking around, your secret is out. The time is coming, you're gonna leave with your head in the clouds, in a tricky position when it's just a television superstition. I long to have vacant plastic feelings, oh, but I know it is just Hollywood hearings. You never know where you will end up, but when the television plays with your mind and eats it all up. But you gotta be someone better than I am. You gotta be famous, you gotta have a talent. You gotta have the look and the personality, even if the people you inspire don't see that. You gotta have long hair, you gotta have no cares. You have to be someone who's easy to reach. You gotta be someone who people remember, not just someone with no desire to teach. Stop looking around, your secret is out. The time is coming, you're gonna leave with your head in the clouds, in a tricky position when it's just a television superstition. Oh, but I'm stuck inside my TV box, just playing around with non-diluted thoughts. A wash-up star, a broken heart, the things that we've always wanted to kickstart. The thrill of romance, let go of your friends, and just as your screen is on the mend, all remote control to reach your soul. Nothing else at all. Don't you know that you gotta have blonde hair, you gotta have no cares. You have to be someone who's easy to reach. You gotta be someone who people remember, not just someone with no desire to teach. Stop looking around, your secret is out. The time is coming, you're gonna leave with your head in the clouds, in a tricky position, a television superstition.
That's local singer-songwriter Dan, his name is. So he's 16 years old from Derry, Stoke Londonderry, a raw talent. He's playing all the instruments, doing everything himself. Excellent. Recorded the whole thing himself. You see, this is what's happening. You see, this is the type of thing that you don't like. This is the type of thing that you try and discourage. Young initiative from young people in the Derry, Stoke Londonderry area who are reaching out for that great ball in the sky, that ball that's called fame.
What's the song about?
I don't know. It's called Television Superstition. I'm not quite sure. I never listened to the words. The words aren't important. You never ever listen to the words of a song unless you're listening to Nat King Cole. It's wonderful. It's you. That's the only time you ever listen to words. When you hear something like that, which is uplifting and jolly, you never listen to the words. The words are a mere tapestry. For instance, now, whenever Bob Dylan was at his peak and his pomp and his circumstance, people used to listen to his words, but then they realised it didn't make any sense. Do you know the greatest revelation I ever had?
No.
I was reading a book by Bob Dylan called Chronicles, the only book he ever wrote. And it's a very, very good book. And it reveals that he didn't care about anything, that all he really wanted was a little cottage and a white picket fence. And all these people were saying that he was the leader of the free world.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He didn't want to know about that. And he said he didn't care about the words because they were just sounds. They didn't mean anything. So all those nights...
All those protest songs.
All those nights, all those evenings that people sat in, listening, put their ear to the speaker. What does he mean by that?
Yeah.
What does he mean by that? Oh, I wonder what he means. What do you think he means by that? Do you think he means this? Do you think he means that? He didn't mean anything.
So he didn't give a monkeys about the cannonball. How
Not
many
a
years must a
monkey's fiddle.
cannonball fly before it sinks in the sand?
All it was just sounds. And, I used to think of all the times I used to sit and listen to that, and then I suddenly
Same
realised...
here.
I know.
Let's change the world along with Bob Dylan.
You never changed the world at all. I notice you haven't changed anything about the world since you've been born. I've noticed that. You've not done a single thing. All you've done is play golf. Now, I have to say this to you. Do you think you've fulfilled your manifest destiny? Do you think you have?
Probably not.
What were you put in this world for? Now, a well-known philosopher said, there's one particular thing that I'm sure of. We were not put in this world to enjoy ourselves. We have been evolved from single-cell species up to the magnificent bipedal organisms that we are today. Why are we here? Are we here to consume? Are we here to just buy things? Are we here to sit and pray in the chapel? Are we here to multiply? Yes, we're here to multiply. What are we talking about?
I have no idea. I was just listening to you. Yeah.
We are here to multiply. Now, that's because you never went to school. You never learned how to do it.
No.
5 and 5
That's
is 10.
That's adding.
5 multiplied by 5
5.
is 25.
Yes.
We're here to multiply, propagate, and then die. We're here to show
Why is it that the
slough off our mortal coil.
Why is it that the 9 times tables are the hardest?
Because 9's no good.
Yeah.
9 has never been any good. I never liked the 8s either, to be honest with you.
I was a wee bit better with 8s than them, but the 9s are useless.
Once it got to 7, I was in trouble.
Yeah, 9 7s.
Up to 7, you're okay.
56 is it?
Uh-huh.
What's 9 7s? 56? Is it? I don't know.
No,
63?
No.
60, what?
7
9
8s is 48.
What's
No.
something 63?
Seven-
Something
seven-
63.
8 6 8s is 58.
58. 60.
Is it?
8
7 8s is
8 8s are 64.
I don't know what anything is.
8 8s are 64, I know that.
Is that what
But
people
9 7s
7 9s is
50. 56, 60.
No, hold on a minute.
Wait a minute
70,
now.
70 multiplied by 7.
No,
63!
That's what I said. I was shouting.
You didn't say that at all. Listen, a person wants to congratulate me on the handover with Stephen Nolan yesterday.
It was great.
He said it was one of the best you ever had.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could make it a regular feature as it may give us punters a little respite. Respite? What is respite?
A little breather.
Respite? Oh, he means respite.
Respite.
Is respite the same as respite?
People say respite. People.
But he spells it respite.
But your mother would say respite. I need a wee respite. You heard your parents say it, and they said respite.
But he says he
He's
spells it
probably
respite.
heard that. Yeah, no.
These people, what are these phonetic spellers?
Let them alone.
All right. No, I'm not letting them alone. A little respite care between the droppings and ordure, served up between 9 a.m. and Wendy.
Did your mother get her head showered?
No, she didn't. She didn't say things like
Did
that
she
because
not?
my mother's from Donegal.
Yeah, but my mother's from Donegal.
Not directly.
Not directly, no.
Well,
no.
why didn't you say that? Not directly from Donegal.
All right, then. I'll say it. My
Not
mother's
dir-
not directly from Donegal.
That's
But
different
she
from what you said a moment ago.
I
You
know.
said your mother's from Donegal. Bald statement, untrue.
Yeah. Her mother was from Donegal.
That's not the same thing.
And her father... And
Your granny was from Donegal. Why didn't you say your granny was from Donegal? But that wasn't good enough for you. You had to say your mother was from Donegal because you thought that sounded better. So you lied
I just
to me.
wanted to be... Because
You
your
wanted to
mother...
be- you wanted to
like
be
you.
included.
I wanted to be like you, yes.
You wanted to be
I wanted to
included.
be-
Your
yes.
mother's not from Donegal.
I'm out of the loop, and you know I'm out of the loop. And I'm trying to get back in the loop, but I can't.
You're a displaced person.
I am.
You see,
I
you're a
can.
second degree, you're a second degree immigrant.
I don't belong.
You don't belong.
I don't belong.
Because
I
your
know
mother
that.
was a first generation Derry person, and therefore was never completely assimilated. So you feel as if something's missing.
Yes, my
you
mother
know-
was born inside the walls.
You see, and you have no direct claim to Donegal. You say you have no direct claim. It's an indirect claim. Anyway, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't worry about that. Don't let it get you down. And there's a person says, no, I'm not going to read that.
It's very warm.
Is it?
It's very, very warm.
It's only warm in there. Ken goes in there, you see, in the morning and turns the heat up to stun. He hopes to make you all fall asleep because he knows you're nearly there anyway. He knows that Janet... Is Janet in there today?
No, we have the
thank God for
we
that.
have Emma, who's with child.
At least... Is she?
Still with child, yeah. The big day beckons.
You see, she's the last person to say that we're not here to multiply. She multiplies all the time.
She said.
She can't stop multiplying. Anyway, let's start the programme and see what happens. Good morning, everyone. This is the Gerry Anderson Show, ably assisted by my friend Sean Coyle. I've never said that before.
No.
The number to ring if you want to contact this programme is 08459 555 678. Don't be frightened by the things that you hear. We mean no harm. We're from the BBC, therefore we are good people. The email address is gerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk. No eyes but mine will see these. If you send a text at 81771, every dog's arse will see them. But if you send me an email, it's between you and I. So we can say confidential things.
Here, come here.
Yes?
No, work
I'm
this.
here.
Yeah, work this out for me. Right. This person says that the 9 times tables are easy.
Right.
Every answer adds to 9. That's right. And begins one less than the question. One less than the question. Explain that to me.
I have no idea what that person
One
means.
less than the question. So
Who's that?
9 fives.
Who's that? Stephen Hawking?
9 fives. 9 and 5. 9
14.
fives. No. Well, what's one less than the question? What are 9 fives?
That's a riddle me.
Yeah,
I have no idea what
I
that.
have
One's
no
less
idea.
than the question. Well, I don't know.
Every answer adds to 9 and begins one less than the question.
All right then. So 9 sevens. One less than the question is 6, right? And that's the
63,
9.
6 and 3, 9.
That's it. Try another one. 9 fours.
Right, 9 nines.
3.
81.
Yes.
8, 9, 8.
Yeah. And
What? Well, where does the 1 come in?
don't-
Avril's on 1.
What?
Avril's no.
what? No. Okay.
Avril's
9
gonna
threes.
explain.
9 threes.
9 threes.
9 threes.
27.
No, but hold on. 9 threes. 2.
So how's that 1?
And 1 less. And I don't know.
How does that work?
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Gerry. How are you?
Did you hear that scream of that woman there? And it wasn't her fault. The level was so high. This is the problem we have here. No, it's not your fault. Sorry, the person on the phone. We have a little trouble with our desk here.
I know
Anytime.
you're very low this morning.
You see, this is what happens. You see, what happens is that you come on like gangbusters. You come on and you sound very, very loud. So I have to turn it down or else I'm deafened. So whenever
And
I
then I
speak,
can't
you can't.
hear you.
Exactly. This is what's wrong with this whole thing here. I need to get a man up.
Life's not easy, Gerry. Like, is it?
Life is very difficult.
No, no.
Anyway, how is it for you? Is it difficult or easy for you?
I could stay easy.
Is it? You must be on DLA, are you?
Yeah, no, hey, I'm not. I'm actually working at the minute. Well, en route.
Well, good girl. What do you work at?
I support people with a learning disability
Oh, do you? Good girl.
and
Excellent.
supported living, so it's very worthwhile. But
Well,
anyway, that's not
No,
why
that's
I'm ringing
okay.
you.
No problem.
I'm ringing you about these tables. Can't see why you can't get your head around it. Because I was teaching my 6-year-old last night the easy way to do it, and he can round them off like nobody's business.
But I could do it if I really wanted to. But the point is, I don't really want to. But
But
is there
why?
is there an easy way?
Well, Sean was trying to tell you there, but you weren't getting it.
It doesn't make any sense to me, and it doesn't make any sense to him either.
Well, 9 sixes, take one of the 6, so the answer starts with 5, and 5 and what makes 9? 4, so it's 54.
What was that again?
9 sixes.
9 sixes, right? You take
Yeah,
away
you take
one.
one.
Oh, no, hold on a minute. You take away 1 from the 6, right? That leaves 5.
So your answer's going to be 50-something.
Yeah. So.
So 5 and what makes 9? Because the answer will add the 9, so it's 54.
Oh, I see. Okay, let me try this with 10 and 4. So the answer is 3, and 3 and... That doesn't work. 7. I can't do it. I can't do it.
9 8. 9 8.
9 8's. 9
Right.
8's.
Take one of the 8.
Right,
9 8's 70.
right, yeah.
72, is it? No.
And 7 and what makes
Yeah,
9
7,
too,
7.
so it's 72.
Yeah. Where do you get the 2?
Oh, where do you-
oh,
where
I
does- aye,
see,
where
I
does it-
see, I see.
Where does
so,
the 2
so
come in?
10 multiplied by 4, so that's...
No, you
Where
can't
are you
do it
getting
with
10?
tens.
What are you doing with 10?
You can't do it with 9. You have to do it with 9.
It's only 9s.
Where do you get your 2 from, Gerry?
stop it.
Where do you get your 2 from?
I don't know.
That's what I don't know either.
No, okay. 9 threes, right? So you take 1 away from 3.
27.
Yeah, so you take 1 away from 3,
Why are you taking away from the 3?
because that's how you do
Because
it.
you do, Sean, don't confuse him now.
You take 1 away from 3, and that's 2,
Oh.
and then you subtract it from the 9, which is 7, which makes 27. And you have 9
Look.
sixes. That's 5, and you take 5 away from the 40, doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Gerry Anderson, I don't know how you got where you are the day without
I've got
knowing
a
your
uni-
9 times tables.
I've got a university degree.
9 sixes.
I'm a dip.
54.
I'm a dip contad. Did you know that?
You're a dip something.
What's the fact?
I've got a university degree and I can't do me 9 times tables.
Oh, no, right, I'm away to my work.
Right.
Good
5. 9.
Bye.
Right.
She's gone now.
Right. Well. Okay. Right.
She's gone.
9
Aha.
sixes. What's 9 sixes?
Will you stop this, please?
This
was never
54.
This was never meant to develop into this. Now stop this. Stop this now. Talk about the local news.
54.
Talk about what's going on in the world today. Did you go up to Windsor Park last night to watch Derry City playing Linfield? An honourable draw?
I tried to
Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so. Who said that?
Bud Abbott.
Who said it? Who said that? Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so.
Say it ain't.
As
Is it a
pop-
girl?
No.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
No, it's just the way I talk.
Oh, is it?
Say it ain't so. That's what people used to say when Joe DiMaggio.
Say it ain't so,
Joe DiMaggio was a great baseball hero. Remember he married Marilyn Monroe?
They were never happy.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
Oh, she said it.
No, she didn't, but she may have done in the privacy of the boudoir. Say it ain't so, Joe. No, apparently, he was accused of some kind of chicanery, and there was some little guy, some little fan said, say it ain't so, Joe. In other words, say that you didn't do that, Joe. Say that you didn't cheat, Joe. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Was he accused of being a communist?
Oh, something like that. No, I don't think it was that. I was thinking maybe he tried to fiddle the World Series or something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know where this is going, Sean. I really don't know where this is going, okay? I really don't know where this is going.
Okay. I tried to get into our local.
Did you go to the Windsor Park
That's what I was
last
trying to
night?
tell you. I went down to the Derry City Social Club to see the match for the second half, and I couldn't get in.
You couldn't get in?
There's that many people in the
Well, you see,
place.
this is what's called that old rivalry is still there.
And I had to walk the streets.
Not for the first time.
No.
You do that every night.
And I come
anyway.
back and the match is over. But apparently the guys are all looking forward to the Blues fans coming down. And
I'm going to go to that match. That's on
Yeah.
Tuesday, the 20th of March,
Good.
in the Brandywell. One each, all to play for the semi-final of the Sedanta Cup, and of course Derry have the away goal. So in other words, Linfield have to score 2 in reply to Derry's 1 to get through. So it'll be a great night.
Yeah.
Big David Jeffries. I like David. David's good crack. You know, I once met David in an airport, and all the team were there, and he said,
When you're talking to him,
"Uh-huh."
ask him why he didn't take the call from Paris.
What call?
The call
From
that
Paris?
I placed and I arranged.
You rang him from Paris?
Yeah.
Why?
To talk to you.
On the radio program?
Yeah.
Why do we want to talk to him for? From Paris. Why do we want that?
We had arranged it because Derry City were playing Paris Saint-Germain. And
Yeah, and we were at it, yeah.
we were in the match, and
He never took the call.
One of the guys. Well, what happened was we arranged. I talked to David.
Oh yeah, we
beforehand.
broadcast from Les Halles.
Did we?
Yeah.
And
Yes, we did. That's what it was called. We thought it was just a pub.
Aye.
Yeah.
And we arranged the day before, and he said, what time it, and he's a very, very busy man.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
Say it ain't so, Jeffrey.
Say it ain't so, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And he said, okay, we'll ring you after 11. And we rang after 11, and the phone rang and rang and rang off the wall, but he never
I wouldn't
answered.
condemn the man for that. He may have
No,
been
I
caught-
only ask him why. Just ask him when you're talking to him. What happened? What
funny.
happened?
It's funny, actually. You know that whole thing about, well, maybe people used to talk about sectarianism. And a couple of years ago, I was at an airport and I met him, and the whole Linfield team was there. You see, and there was a lot of people, standing waiting, waiting to get on the plane, you see. And he went, Anderson!
Did he?
Yeah, no, he was great. And I went over. He said, it's not true what they say about Linfield. I said, what do they say about Linfield? He said, it's all Protestants. He said, watch this. He said, right, Catholics, stand up. Half the team stood up. He went, what a preacher you are, right?
Is his wee man still there, Emma?
I really don't know.
Is his wee man still?
Yes, it is.
Your wee man went away.
I know it did. It's age.
Oh, did he go?
Let him go.
Eh? He get fed up.
Yeah. So do the listeners.
Oh dear.
Don't worry about that kind of thing. It's all right, he'll come back.
Will he?
He may always come back. You have to know how to ask them.
life every night and day. People just wanna get away in the sun. Racing along this highway, driving my way gets me home. Bathing on this hot rock, thinking what I've got makes me wanna stay. And at the end of the line, I'm reading your signs, and it takes my breath away. You and I are the same, we're one burning flame in the night sky. You and I, you and I, you and I, you and I. Climbing on a mountain, feels like we've been counting all of our lives. Bleaching all of your long hair, people just wanna stop and stare. Me, I just smile. Teach me how to catch one, then we can have fun all day long. Slaving on this heat wave, sleeping on the footpath while we're on the run. And at the end of the line, I'm reading your signs, and it takes my breath away. You and I are the same, we're one burning flame in the night sky. You and I, you and I, you and I, you and I. At the end of the line, I'm reading your signs, and it takes my breath away. You and I are the same, we're one burning flame in the night sky. You and I, you and I, you and I, you and I.
That's a nice song. That's from a local singer called Chris Keys. I like that. It's called You and I from a CD which is out with 6 tracks on it, which is called New Day. And there's a website there, www.chriskeys, CHRISKEYS.com. Dear Puppet Chin and Turkey Neck, thank you. I heard you bemoaning the current lack of specialist correspondence on the show. You know, that's something that I think we should approach.
Yes.
There was a time when people would observe and look around them and come back to us and tell us about things that they'd seen. For instance, we had people spotting minor celebrities, we had people spotting medium celebrities, people spotting big celebrities, and it all dried up.
Yes. Do
I
you
think
remember the
because
man?
People have lost their curiosity.
Do you remember the person that sat outside the BBC and observed the shoes
That's right.
worn by the BBC presenters?
Where are those people? There's no curiosity anymore. That man sat outside and made notes
Yes.
about the various shoes worn
Yes.
by BBC presenters. I was always very impressed by Jackie Fullerton's footwear.
And Noel Thompson.
Less so by mine.
Yes.
Because
There's a man who wants to tell you something. I think the answer to that saying so, Joe.
say it ain't so, Joe.
A lot of people are texting and saying it was from Shane.
No, it's
Well, there's a man with some info.
well, who's Joe?
Who?
Who's Joe then?
Joe's not on the line.
I know, but listen.
John's on the line.
I know, but if that's from Shane, who's Joe?
You know, I didn't see Shane.
His name is Shane. His name is Joe.
Yeah, but Shane could have said to some boy, Shane the wee boy.
Yeah. No, Shane's the big man with the gun.
Well, who shoots the dog?
Jack Palance. Say it ain't so, Jack.
And with trembling hands, he shoots his dog. Shoots old Shep.
Old Shep wasn't in it. Will you
Sounds like the
stop?
same
Will you
film.
stop? No, it's not the same film. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
I believe you have some information to impart.
Yes.
Yes, well, go ahead.
No, it's just Emma said you were playing a record. I said, how unusual,
Now, don't be sarcastic. No, there's no need for that. No need for that sarcasm.
Sorry about that. No, I'll tell you what it is. You mentioned Joe DiMaggio.
Yes.
It wasn't Joe DiMaggio.
Who was it?
It was a man called Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Oh, that's right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
And they were accused of fixing the 1950
fixing the World Series.
World Series. And when he came out of one of the hearings, this little boy looked up at him and said, "Say it ain't so, Joe." Isn't that correct?
That's what a little boy said that to me one time. I was doing a program and I played this record by Hugo Duncan, and I was walking out, and a wee fella said to me, "Say you didn't do it, Gerry." Say you didn't play that, Gerry.
Hugo only has 3 CDs,
The foot jammed. That's right. Shoeless Joe who?
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Absolutely right.
There's just one thing on, Jay. I'm not keep you. No,
you're all right. No hurry. No hurry.
Do you know Martin McGuinness at all?
I know him, yes, of course. I grew up with him. And
I heard him on the radio this morning. He was at Windsor Park last night.
As a matter of fact, he was from the same part of Donegal as I'm from. His mother lived about half a mile away from me, yeah.
Right. He was on the radio this morning talking about being at Windsor last night.
He was indeed, yes.
And I think it was Mark Carruthers.
Yeah.
Asked him if that was the first time he had been at Windsor, and he said no, he had been there before as a young boy with his father.
And I was there that night too, 1964, when Gerry said he beat Glentoran in the Irish Cup.
Were you there?
Yes, I was.
Matt Docherty scored the first goal.
Absolutely.
And he was a mile offside.
Indeed.
Did you remember that?
I don't remember the details, but I remember being there.
I was there as well.
Were you really?
Only I was supporting the opposition.
Oh, but that's okay, that's allowable. So that's the last time he was there, 1964.
Yeah, he said he went with his father.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably
Did you know Matt Docherty at all?
Well, slightly, because I was still am a big Derry City fan. Matt Doherty, Mr. Coyle is his father. There was a father
and son.
And a son, both called Matt Doherty.
Matt Doherty scored a very good goal against in the final, so he did.
That's it.
He was offside.
No, he wasn't.
He's a mile off.
Your head was offside.
At this point, it becomes unruly, and I see by the clock that it's approaching 11 o'clock. It's a football argument. I try and nip those in the bud. We shall not go back to that. We shall be back after the news.
On 92 to 95 FM
and 1341 medium wave.
This is BBC Radio Ulster.
And at the news desk at 11 o'clock, this is Keith Burnside. An elderly woman has died in a house fire in Dromara in County Down. Sadie Ferguson was 78. Firefighters were called to her property on the Dundrum Road just before 4 o'clock this morning when a neighbour raised the alarm. Station Commander Mark McGuinness says it's not yet known how the fire started.
When the crews arrived, the fire was very, very well developed. The heat was very, very intense, and they knew that there was somebody in there, so we still tackled the fire and entered into the property wearing breathing apparatus to try and effect a rescue. It's unclear to the cause of the incident. Early indications would suggest that it is accidental.
A 21-year-old man's been injured in a gun attack in Ballymoney. A shot was fired through the window of the house he was in Armstrong Drive at around 7:30 last night. The bullet grazed his arm. The BBC has learned that the Director-General of the Northern Ireland Prison Service is leaving his post after just over a year to run Scotland's jails. Colin McConnell, who's originally from Scotland, was appointed to lead a radical programme of reform of Northern Ireland's prisons. The Scottish Government is expected to announce his appointment later today. The DUP MLA Paul Given is chairman of Stormont's Justice Committee, and he's worried about the impact Mr McConnell's departure might have.
I'm concerned that we're entering into a period now where you could have a lame duck leadership of the prison service, and that creates uncertainty. And why then would the trade unions, for example, be negotiating with someone who they now know won't be in the service? And where there's an absence of clear leadership, then that can create problems.
A monitoring group is claiming that Syrian forces have bombed a bridge used by refugees to flee to Lebanon from the province of Homs. The British-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says the regime has acted to stop the wounded escaping. Sport now, here's Michael McNamee.
The administrators of Rangers are expected to announce cost-cutting measures at the club today. They've been considering proposals put forward by the players as to how they can save £1 million a month. Arsene Wenger says Arsenal haven't given up hope of reaching the quarter-finals of the Champions League, but they need to overcome a 4-goal deficit against Milan at the Emirates this evening. Roberto Di Matteo takes charge of Chelsea for the first time tonight in an FA Cup replay at Birmingham. And the world's top golfer Rory McIlroy delighted tennis fans by playing and winning a point against Maria Sharapova at Madison Square Garden. He was called out of the crowd by his girlfriend Caroline Wozniacki towards the end of an exhibition game, which Wozniacki went on to lose.
To the weather, and what can we expect, Parabest?
It's becoming more unsettled as a weather front moves in from the west, bringing stronger winds and rain by this afternoon, and some of the rain will be quite heavy. Temperatures will climb to around 10 degrees by the middle of the day, but it will feel colder in the blustery conditions. So a wet and windy end to the day, but overnight it will turn drier and it won't be as cold or as frosty, with lows around 5 or 6 degrees.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel news.
The Dundrum Road in Dromara remains closed in both directions. That's following a house fire. Elsewhere, and you can expect delays on the Saintfield Road in Lisburn because of roadworks. A diversion is in place via Mercer Street, Hill Hall Road and Largymore Link, but delays of up to half an hour can be expected for drivers heading towards Lisburn using the diverted route. The work is taking place each day from 9:30 until 4 o'clock, and that's until the end of the week. And in Belfast, a security alert is ongoing in Brookfield Avenue, just off the Antrim Road. Elaine Sutherland reporting.
Travel news on BBC Radio Ulster. On Talkback with Wendy Austin today, will you be following Martin McGuinness's lead? Is it time we all traded sporting places? Protestants at the GAA, Catholics at Winter Park? Belfast councillors are reviewing their security and their bank accounts after too much information sent to a member of the public. Could they be fined for it too? And a garden full of sewage. A young dad tells us his kids can't go out. Also today, Rory, Mark and now Prodigig. Big winners at the weekend. Did you see them? We'll talk to John O'Dowd about Empty Desk, that big education review out today, and ask the Prison Service's Colin McConnell why he's going back to Scotland. Let's talk back at 12.
Everybody goes back to Scotland eventually. It's inevitable. It says here it wasn't Joe DiMaggio, it was shoeless Joe Jackson, of course. Yes, it was, who threw the World Series with the Chicago White Sox about 1912. I think he turns up in the Field of Dreams. Did you ever see the Field of Dreams? Build it and they will come. Did you ever see that film? Kevin Costner, The Field of Dreams?
I don't know.
Build it and they will come.
You need to tell me what it was about.
It's about baseball.
I wouldn't look at that. No, I'm sorry.
You've just dismissed that immediately.
No, can I tell you?
It's a great film.
I do not look at films that involve, say, boxing, where you have these guys in pretending to box, films on horse racing, films on football, films on baseball, basketball.
Films on anything.
No, but those anything sporting.
No, but you see, this one
I
is
don't
not.
look at it
Field of Dreams is not about baseball.
But you said it was.
No, it's about the way the world used to be. Baseball was a symbol of when the world was decent and good before the military-industrial complex took over, right. And America became an empire. Basically, the good days when men were decent. Say it ain't so, Joe.
Not about a boy hitting a home run.
Say it ain't so, Joe. And shoeless Joe Jackson came out of the corn and went into this field that Kevin Costner built, and he said, "Build it, and they will come." And do you know who was in it? It was his last appearance in a film. I want you to guess who that person would be.
James Cagney.
Absolutely not. Burt Lancaster.
You don't believe... Is he dead?
Yes.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
Is
he? If he was alive, he'd be 102, I think.
I didn't think Burt had died.
He's dead. A gentleman wants you to do Morgan Freeman. And I explained to him in my head that Morgan Freeman is easy for you to do because he's almost like Gregory Peck.
Oh, no, he's not.
He is. We'll do Gregory Peck and then do Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
You can't tell the difference between them.
You do Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman. No, I did. What
the man is wrong. Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
That's it.
Morgan Freeman.
Now do Gregory Peck. Say Morgan Freeman.
No.
Morgan Freeman being Gregory Peck.
Put the dog down, Damien.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
It's put the dog. It's a lighter voice. Put the
Say, isn't it?
They're sinking our ships in the Atlantic.
You see, that's what he says. You see, Morgan, yes, Morgan Freeman's more down there.
Let him sink the ships in the...
Who?
Morgan Freeman.
Why they're sinking our ships in the Atlantic.
That's not right.
No, it's not right.
No.
You give me the Atlantic. Why they're sinking our ships. You say it to me.
No, you need to work it down.
Tell me.
I don't know how to do it. I'm just...
Well, you never put the dog down?
Put the dog down, Damien.
Oh, you see.
It's lighter. It's put the dog down, Damien.
Isn't it?
This is Tony Joe White. This is Little Green Apples in the summertime.
I wake up in the morning with my head down in my eyes, and she say,
Hello, honey.
and I stumble over to the breakfast table while the kids are going off to school. Goodbye.
I love this record.
And she reaches out, takes my hand, squeezes it, and says, how you feel, huh?
I'm all right. What about yourself? Everything going all right?
And I look across at smiling lips that warm my heart, and I see my morning sun. And if that's not loving me, then all I've got to say, oh, God didn't make little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime. There's no such thing as Dr. Seuss, Disneyland, and Mother Goose. There's no nursery rhyme. Oh, God didn't make little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime. And when myself is feeling low, I think about her face aglow, and it eases my mind. And sometimes I call her up at home, knowing all the time that she's busy. And I ask her if she could get away and maybe meet me somewhere, and we could get about to eat. You know, she always drops what she's doing and hurries down to meet me, and I'm always late. But she sits waiting patiently, and she smiles when she first sees me, 'cause she's made that way. And if that's not loving me, then all I got to say, oh, God didn't make little green apples, and it don't snow in Minneapolis when the winter comes. There's no such thing as make-believe, puppy dogs and autumn leaves, no BB guns. Oh, God didn't make little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summer. Work it out, work it out. Work it out, work it out. Try to see it my way. what you're saying. You can get it wrong and still you think that it's alright. Think of what I'm saying. We can work it out and get it straight or say goodnight. We can work it out. We can work it out. Life is very short and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friend. I have always thought that it's a crime. So I will ask you once again. Try to see it my way. Only time will tell if I am right or if I'm wrong. While you see it your way, there's a chance that we might fall apart before too long. We can work it out. We can work it out. I know we can. We can work it out. We can work it out. We can work things out. I know we can. We can work it out. We can work things out. I know we can. We can work it out. I know we can. We can. I know we can. I know we can. We can. We can. We can. We can. We can. I know we can. Work it out. Work it out. We can work it out. We can. We can. We can work it out. I know.
That's two good records. The first one, of course, Tony Joe White, God didn't make Little Green Apples, just called Little Green Apples, and that was, but you can never guess who that was singing We Can Work It Out. Do you want to have a crack at it? I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I think it's good. Do you want to have a crack at it?
Yes, you see.
Very well known, but not around for a while. A person who was a very, 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 very big singer and kind of disappeared in a way. And the voices, if you listen to it again, once I tell you the voice, you'll know, but you may not know. It's just, I don't want to put you on the spot here. Do you want to pass on this, or do you want to have a crack at it? Or do you want me to just tell you?
No.
Will I just tell you? See, the people enjoy this kind of thing at home.
I know,
Get
but
them involved, you know.
I have to fess up.
Fess up, yeah? Go ahead. You weren't listening.
Yeah. I don't know. Was it a fella or a girl?
It was a girl. She was singing We Can Work It Out.
Yes.
And her name was Roberta Flack. She's got a new album out in February covering Beatles songs. In My Life, Here Comes the Sun, We Can Work It Out, Oh Darling, Long and Winding Road, Let It Be, Yesterday, Come Together, you and I. Here and There and Everywhere. Isn't it a pity?
See, Emma was talking to me, and she was telling me she's almost finished her book, Heads, and she's really enjoying it. And she's several times she said she laughed out loud, but I was trying to tell her where she was going wrong. So that's why this conversation was going on when Roberta Flack was singing in the background. I was trying to tell her that
it was all lies.
Yes,
exactly.
and get your hands on Surviving Stroke City. It's a much better book.
It's not.
It's a much better book. Your first book.
That's because you understand it. You don't understand the second one. The second one is all true. The second one is
Emma was pointing out things that she couldn't understand in the book.
Well, I'll talk to her later. Incidentally, that first book of mine, it's very hard to get. It'll be out Kindle soon. I'll tell the folks when it's on Kindle.
One of your correspondences online.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, as a matter of fact...
Chicago White Sox.
Pardon?
Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, that's who they were.
Yeah.
What's his name? Soulless Joe. What do you call him? Shoeless Joe, yeah, Jackson. Dear Puppet Chins and Turkey Neck, I heard you bemoaning the current lack of specialist correspondence on your show. Maybe this is why this gentleman is ringing. When your upper torso correspondent had retired due to marriage and presumably was not allowed to observe upper torsos of women anymore, I briefly took the role of lower rear torso correspondent, a much more interesting and down low occupation, a subject I enjoy conscientiously, but the standard of lower rear torsos in this part of the world leaves a lot to be desired. Now, I don't know what part of the world he's talking about, but the standard is high here in the northwest. As a matter of fact, a gentleman writes to me, and here's something. He says, please could you or Sean tell me, oh sorry, that's the wrong one. I'm coming to your city for the weekend. I just want to know if you can ask your younger listeners what are the best pubs to hit in Derry, Stoke, Londonderry. Not sure asking you and him would be any good at your age. Thank you, Wayne from Banbridge. Well, it is a well-known fact that the pubs in this city are lively. And can I just make an observation? I have to say that a man going out, we're too old now, but I wish to God I was 23. I really do. Have you seen the women walking around this city? Have
No.
you seen them?
No.
That's because you're blind. I have to say, now there's a reason for this. The women in Derry are just wonderful, you know. And one of the reasons for that is because nearly all of them, like yourself, originated in Donegal. A lot of them have long dark hair, you know, lovely white skin, lovely, beautiful. They're beautiful. So may I say this to you, sir? I would say you should do, well, you see, when you talk about pubs, I mean, what do you want? You know, there are various pubs that you go to. And
I'll have a pint bottle of Guinness, please, if you're buying.
There are various pubs, and maybe people want to go in and hear a boy sawing at a fiddle.
Uh-huh.
I don't want that. Or maybe you want to go into a pub where guys are talking about football. No, all the old pensioners you go and talk to.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
always that. And then, now, if I had my life to live over,
Yeah.
I would like to be 23. And I wouldn't go to any of your old pubs talking about football. Let's see your mother. All loud out talk.
Yeah.
And there'd be no there'd be none of that. I'd be standing at the bar in a disco looking at all those big long-legged girls that I see all the time. I love them. And they're so beautiful in this city. Go to a club.
I see you really enjoying this.
I
No,
know,
I'm sorry.
it's true. It's true.
No, I see you getting carried away there.
Do you ever go out on a Saturday night and look around you?
No.
Unbelievable. Beautiful girls. So if I were you, I would come to Derry, Stoke, Londonderry and go to a club. Unless you happen to be ancient.
What club?
There's loads of them. All you have
Where?
to do is follow the legs.
What club?
I don't know. I don't want to name any because it's not fair.
No,
But just follow the girls' legs wherever they go. That's what I always used to do. But there used to be less of the legs. There are more of them now. Right, anyway.
I don't like the big shoes.
Well, you don't like anything.
No, I
so
don't
that's
like
okay.
the big shoes, the big platform shoes that they're all wearing.
Here's a man says the bag of spanners bum is becoming more widespread. And this is one thing I have noticed, and this is not fair perhaps to mention, but a lot of young ladies today, elsewhere, not so much in the city, but I think it's in the city too, a lot of them are very overweight. Very overweight. It's the crisps, all the Nolan people. It's all the stuff that they eat. The bag of spanners bum is becoming more widespread and is not helped by the combination of tight leggings and the visible thong above the waistband. The muffin. You know what the muffin is, don't you?
I don't want to go there.
Do you know what the muffin is?
No.
The muffin is when you get a girl who's not too bad, but she's got this big fold of fat. And it's a muffin. It looks like a muffin. It looks like a knife belt around her waist.
Oh.
No, if you wear tight leggings
Yeah.
and a tight top, there's a muffin in between, the midriff. That's the muffin. The upside down bum is also quite common. I think that's related to the dropped arse,
Right.
which used to be terribly prevalent in County Mayo, and indeed it has crept into Donegal. My studies reveal that there remains a class divide in lower rear torsos, with BT9 bums being of noticeably superior quality. Well, you see, BT9, you know what BT9 is? BT9 is the Malone Road area of Belfast, Lisburn Road. And you see, better nutrition, more money about the place. Better nutrition shapes
Would they
your...
not be more dropped? It'd be lazier.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, no. These are people who go to the gym. People who ride on horses.
But they don't go to the gym.
Yes, they do.
No, they go to the gym. They pretend they go to the gym. They don't exercise. They just sit there and pose.
I know, but that's all right. That'll do me. Often approaching Kylie standards, which is very high. But I'm afraid that LRTs in blue-collar areas have shown no improvement. That's lower rear torsos. I'll keep my eye out for any changes and hopefully manage not to get a slap in the back. It's often a hard task, but now that we're approaching the spring-summer lower rear torso season, I will continue on for the good of the licence fee payer. There's bound to be one listening. Boom, and indeed, boom.
Can I ask you this?
Yes.
Right.
Whatever it may be.
Right. What's your opinion on girls, your long-legged girls that you were talking about?
Yes.
Drinking pints of lager or drinking pints of whatever.
I think the more the merrier. The more the merrier.
See, I don't like that.
Why not?
I just don't think it suits the girl.
Why does it not suit the girl? Like, are you talking about a girl drinking a pint?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know.
Well, why? You have to examine why you don't like it. You have to examine your motives for not liking this, because it looks too manly?
Yeah, possibly, all right.
Because you don't want a girl drinking your pint?
No, it's nothing to do with that. It's just, no, I'd rather see a guy.
What do you rather drink out of the bottle?
No, maybe a half pint or maybe
but what's the difference?
Whiskey or a gin.
What's the difference?
Or
That's
vodka.
like saying to somebody...
I don't think it's feminine. I don't think
what is feminine? What isn't?
Well, it doesn't. I think a pint of a girl stand with a pint of Guinness or a pint of lager in hand doesn't lend to her short dress and her nice clothes and her nice hair and her nice makeup, and then she's standing with this pint, and that's for the boy with the beer belly. Like
Well, listen. If a girl is standing with big long legs and a short skirt and a big bust and lovely hair and standing with a pint, that tells me all I need to know. Hello, good morning. Where's this person?
I don't know. It's your Convoy correspondent.
Where is he?
In Convoy.
Yes, but where is he here?
Oh, one.
Oh, yeah. Why doesn't he speak? What's his name?
What are you doing?
Emma, will you fix that thing? Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Gerry.
How are you? Yes. You're my what correspondent?
You're Stephen Watson.
Yes.
From Convoy. I remember we had this silly title, Stephen Watson on Convoy correspondent.
Convoy, of course, is a small village in County Donegal, not too far from the city. And what's happening?
Nothing to report, as we say, up here on the northwestern front.
Well, you last talked to me 2 years ago, so nothing has happened in 2 years.
Not a lot.
Nothing. Not even the cart broke down or anything.
Well, not since that major incident with the tractor and trailer, or the tractor with a link box and the manure fell off. But that was
a big day.
Stopped that at the moment, so that gives an indication of what's been going on.
That was a big day for Convoy.
Yeah.
Well, listen. I appreciate your. Obviously, your conscience has been pricked, and you're obviously, if I may assume, that you were listening to this program and you noted my displeasure at the lack of communication from correspondents who decided to more or less weigh in to tell me that you're still there.
I'm still here. I'm still out with the old pencil and notebook in case there is or even a camera. But actually, I'll diverse a bit here. Earlier, you guys were on about, numeracy, i.e. numbers and the like off, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I said to Emma, I'm a wee bit interested in that situation myself,
yes.
And I like to listen to little factoids. Now, here's one for you. I'll run this one by you, yeah?
Yes.
You got a pen and paper to hand, yeah?
I have a pen and paper to hand, yes.
It's not difficult, actually. In other words, I'll be able to predict that the answer to this little multiple conundrum will always add up to 111.
So every dog's arse can do that.
Hey?
Every dog's arse can do that. That's all over the internet. Sure, I've been doing that for years.
Oh, you know the one I'm on about now?
Of course I do.
Oh, yeah, the last 2 digits of your birthday added to your present age.
How hateful was that?
That was really, really hateful.
I was aware of how hateful I was being.
Yes. You're a correspondent. You're a Convoy correspondent. You treat him like that.
I just took a wind out of his sails. See, it would have been very easy for me, Mr. Correspondent Stephen. It would have been very easy for me to say, oh, what's that? Tell me about that. But I didn't do that. See where I went?
No.
See what I did there?
You just went for the juggler.
I did. I'm sorry, Stephen.
Gerry?
Yes.
I do like your honesty, and I mean, I know you're an intelligent man.
Thank you.
But it's just, these little factoids are, sometimes quirky or maybe not. But say not everybody's availing of the old internet, or as my brother calls it, the magic lantern.
Okay, let's have a quick run through it then.
It's too late.
Just take the last. You say you were born 1940.
I was not.
I'm said say you were.
All right,
so you
then.
take the 40.
Yes.
And add it to your present age. It comes up as 111.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
What?
It applies to everybody. It's a fact.
Okay, I'm going to do. I'm going to do mine. I'm going to do mine, but I'm not.
So it can't with a 40. It can't happen for you, Gerry, if you're a 40.
But I'm not going to do 40.
Yeah, but if a 40.
I'm putting it. No, it.
What?
If you put down the day, the year you were born, and
no, the last 2 Gerry, say you were born 1951, like I was.
Yeah,
get my
me
age
too,
away
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yours
So
are
you put
107.
51 plus the 60, which I am at the moment, 111. And I guarantee yours, I'm sure, it applies to everybody. It's just a fact.
Mm-hmm. So you take the year, the last 2 digits of the year you were born, and then what do you do then?
Just add the two together and always add up to 111.
And what's the other one you add to it? Your age? Your age? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It always adds up to 111. Einstein worked that out, and well, I'm just looking at that. Yeah, you're right. That's the way it works. But the only thing is I have to destroy this piece of paper now.
Funny, I was just going to say that could be confidential information.
All right, then. Well, Stephen, listen, thank you for weighing in, and thank you for responding to the call.
Keep your eyes and ears open, as they say, and
yes.
Nice to talk to you again.
Nice to talk to you. Okay, Stephen, bye.
Bye for now, Gerry.
Bye,
Thank you for taking
bye,
the time.
bye. Nice man, you see.
There's another correspondent.
Gerry, could you please wish good luck to Matt the Painter, Pete the Plumber, Noel the Lecky Man.
Matt the Painter?
Matt the Painter. Pete the Plumber. I know, Matt. I know
like
Matt,
that.
yeah. Matt the Painter, Pete the Plumber,
Pete the Plumber.
Noel the Lecky Man, John the Roofer, Home Fit Larry, who head off to Rwanda tomorrow to demolish mud huts and build a new village. Guys like them should be knighted. Thanks instead of Bruce Forsyth. Thanks, mate, for all in Cocoon Corner, Casement. If possible, could you please play Build by the House Martins, Beautiful South? I don't have you got that in your car?
You might have it.
Will you have it? No, I don't have that.
No, you'll have it in your jukebox.
No, it wouldn't be in there.
In your jukebox.
That's the sort of thing doesn't be in there.
What doesn't be in there?
Build by the House Martins.
It might be in
It
your...
won't be. Must you bet?
What?
Must you bet?
In what? Where bet
In
what?
in this really horrible place over there where the Radio 2 stuff is.
No, it's not in there.
Oh, it's in the jukebox.
That's in the jukebox.
But I'm asking you to get it.
Well,
I
we
can't get it.
Yeah, we can get it.
Will you get it then?
We shall.
What are you arguing with me for?
I'm not. I didn't know where you wanted me to go.
I know where I want you to go, but I can't say that.
Well, you want me to get into your core
I don't
or
want you
into
to
your
go in there.
jukebox?
You know I don't like going in there.
Yeah.
It's unlucky. Speaking of celebrities, said Stephen, I met one of our very own the other morning while stuck in traffic. See, we're getting a response here. Whilst I was stuck in traffic due to a collision in the Sandy Niles roundabout. Sandy Niles roundabout? I was alongside him for about 5 minutes, this celebrity, on which I would periodically throw the back of the hand up at him like a peacock raising its heralds. Must be some kind of avian term. Quite agricultural, if I know. No, quite agricultural, I know, but wild crack...
No, you do that there, look.
Oh, I see. That thing there, yeah. But wild crack to see him very reservedly raising the palm of his right hand on every single occasion to acknowledge my morning friendliness in this quite frustrating scenario. I know we're just sitting in the car going like that there. Like that?
Yeah.
Jeez, what's this? Yeah.
Do you ever get the guy who puts his hand over in front of, up towards the windscreen, over the wheel, and pointing all 5 fingers down?
I never saw
What's
that
that
one.
about?
I don't
Do
know.
you ever get that?
I never get that.
I get that.
I never look at anybody. You see, that's the difference. The celebrity in question is, who's that celebrity who would respond to that? A man from UTV.
I would say Paul Clark.
No, Paul wouldn't respond to that.
Yes,
Paul would
he
be
would.
afraid.
No, he wouldn't.
No.
Julian.
No. Ken Reid. Ken
By
Reid.
Ken.
Ken
By
Reid.
Ken's a civil.
Ken Reid.
By Ken.
Boy, is he civil. There we
Yes.
are. You see Stephen from Mountjoy saying that Ken Reid is civil. And I would have never doubted that for a moment. Right, another request here. Hold on a second. This is probably too dull to read on the air, even for your show.
Oh, dear.
You see, says Brian, there are various systems for performing mental arithmetic. The two best known are probably the Trachtenberg method or the Montessori system.
A red Indian thought he might eat tobacco in church.
A red Indian. That's
A red
arithmetic.
Indian. Yeah.
That's
You
it.
see? Yeah.
Which I learned a few years ago. And the Indian version, which has many similarities, the Indian subcontinent, of course, is called Vedic arithmetic. Look at the stuff we're learning in this program today. And at the beginning of this program,
We knew nothing.
yeah.
We knew nothing, so we did at the start of that programme. We knew nothing.
Hold on a minute. 8 copies of Surviving in Stoke City are available on eBay between 99p and £6.
£6, all right.
No. I'll be on Kindle soon anyway. I'll wave all that goodbye. Is there someone on the line here?
Yes.
Where?
2.
Good, thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Gerry.
Geordie, yes, how are you?
I would like you to do me a favour. Not
He's never got around to it. Maybe perhaps now's the time I should think about doing it.
Send 2 books for a good cause.
I will.
Yes,
I'll send 2,
two
yeah.
books,
I'll
yes.
send 2.
Yes.
Send us the book, Gerry. We'll be
I'll sign them.
more than happy. And I'll be the auctioneer.
There you are.
Well, okay, that's an offer they cannot refuse. I'll
Yes,
send you 2
Marie
copies.
Curie Cancer Care.
Do we know Geordie's address, by the way?
Yes.
Do you? Okay, I'll send that to Sean, will you remind me to bring 2 copies from my garage?
Yeah, but wouldn't you
What?
just-
Where I have 10,000. I'll bring 2 copies. And then,
Thank you.
I will indeed dispatch them.
And Marie Curie there. Thank
Are you okay today? You sound a little subdued. Are you all right? Are you okay?
I know, you see, cancer is cancer.
I know it's a terrible thing.
It's a slow death.
I know. Did you ever have anyone who had suffered from it? Any relative or anything like that? Did you?
And thank you ever so much, Gerry.
Oh, right, okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye, God bless.
Bye.
Ah,
He's not himself.
He sounds down today,
He's not
doesn't
himself.
he? No, I hope
Should
he's
bring
all
him back
right.
and ask him if he's okay.
Yeah, he might have a wee. There's a wee. I'll try it again. There's a wee call in one.
Maybe there's someone.
Maybe he's got a wee cold.
He
or a wee
sounds.
flu.
No, he sounds as if there's someone belonging to him not well.
Right.
Will you bring him back later?
Okay.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Have you done that thing about what age you are?
No.
I haven't done it either because I don't believe anything I write. Anyway, go ahead. What can we do for you?
I'm just wondering, Gerry, if any of your listeners would have a beach worktop for a working kitchen, 4 feet in length.
Sean, will you translate that, Sean?
Pardon?
Will you translate that?
Yes.
I can hardly hear you. You're very
What
faint.
did you say, Christine?
I can't hear you at all.
She said she can't hear you at all.
I know. It's what can I do?
Well, why don't you speak up?
I
Stop
can't.
like a wee-
If I speak up, it comes like that there.
No.
That's no. He can't speak up into a microphone. So what do you think? It's a megaphone. When you're standing in front of a microphone, this is what you speak. I am exactly 3 inches away from this microphone. If I go into it like that, talking like that,
No.
that's me. That's
No,
me
you-
speaking louder. It's no good speaking
You
louder.
can talk louder. Ask Christine.
Yes.
Can you hear that?
A wee bit better.
There,
It's
see, a
not
wee bit
great.
better. Because
But you sound as if you're barking at her.
No, I'm raising my voice.
You're barking at her.
I'm not barking at Christine.
You're barking at her. Christine, what did you say you wanted there? I'm
I'm
sorry.
wondering, would any of your listeners have a beach worktop for a working kitchen, 4 feet in length?
Did you hear
Maybe,
that?
you know, an off-cut if something was getting maybe their kitchen
A
fitted or
beach
whatever.
worktop.
Uh-huh.
Beach worktop, Gerry.
So you will deal with
beach
this.
colour.
A beach-coloured
Beach colour.
worktop.
Yeah.
Right. You know what a worktop is?
No.
Out in your kitchen.
Where you slice your bread and stuff?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you just say a place where you slice your bread?
Where's a worktop?
Worktop, my
Yeah.
arse. I mean, what's this talk? Okay, a beach worktop.
Do you remember breakfast bars?
Yes.
Like the crunchy or something?
No,
like
do you
that?
remember a breakfast bar?
I never had a breakfast bar.
You did so.
I never had a breakfast
You must have
bar.
had a breakfast bar and you got 3 stools.
Those in America. I never
Yeah.
had them here. I never had a breakfast bar.
Did you not?
No, we had a scullery.
Yeah, but I remember knocking a wall down in our house.
Ah, but you didn't mean to.
I did.
Your wife forgave you.
No, my wife went out shopping one Saturday morning, and when she came back, I had a wall knocked down, and I didn't know what to do after that. I just knocked the wall down. I didn't know how to get men.
Why did you walk it down? Why did you knock it down?
Because
For
I
no
wanted a
reason?
breakfast bar.
Now it's coming out. You wanted a breakfast bar.
Everybody had breakfast bars
I
then.
never-
That's the money I asked you, and then you had to get stools.
I didn't have one.
Christine,
Yes.
do you have a breakfast bar?
Christine, sorry she rang now. Christine, no, listen, we'll try and get your breakfast bar. Now, what dimensions are they?
It's 4 feet in length.
Yes.
That's 4 feet in length. That's it.
Well, can you buy that kind of thing?
Yes, but I could buy it, but you have to buy the whole lot. You know, the big worktop, which is going to be no good. And one time when I got my kitchen in, I had one over and I gave it to the guy who fitted the kitchen, thinking maybe it would help someone else. But
Okay.
now I'm looking at myself.
All right,
So
then you're
maybe
just
some of your listeners would have an off-cut, you know, and give me a wee ring, maybe.
looking for the top thing.
Yes, just a worktop. A
Okay,
beach colour.
right. That's fair enough, yeah. All right, because people might be doing that. Maybe somebody moving out, maybe building something else. Maybe like Sean, they're knocking their wall down. Okay, then we'll do that. Where do you live, roughly?
I'm in Lisburn, around the Lisburn area.
Okay,
Possible?
anyone preferably around the Lisburn area, but you're prepared to travel if you get the right beach
Well,
top? Beach?
not too far because I've no car.
Have you
Get
not?
somebody
All
to
right.
bring me.
You don't want to be carrying it on your back.
Uh-huh.
Beach worktop.
A
Why, I can't
beach-coloured
say that.
worktop.
Okay then. Okay, we'll
All
try and
right,
get that
Gerry,
for you.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You have no idea what that is, have you?
No, no clue whatsoever. None whatsoever. This is a new voice to me, Ruth Trimble. She's got her new album out, singer-songwriter. This is nice. This is called Let You Go. Local girl? Derry's, no, she's from Northern Ireland somewhere.
There's so many questions about love in my mind. I was hoping to find some answers with you tonight. This is only a feeling, I'm not trying to fight. Yet somehow it seems so obvious that this isn't right. So I'll take your number off the wall and try to remember not to call. And when I finally find a way to let you go, I won't need you to know. It's so easy to be here. Don't ask me to stay, 'cause time only makes it harder for me to leave you again. But I'll take your number off the wall and try to remember not to call. And when I finally find a way to let you go, I won't need you to know. This is only a feeling, I'm not trying to fight. Yet somehow it seems so obvious this isn't right. So I'll take your number off the wall and try to remember not to call. And when I finally find a way to let you go, I'll take your number off the wall and try not to think of you at all. And when I finally find a way to let you go, I won't need you to know.
That's good, isn't it? That's Ruth Trimble. She's got a nice voice. Look, here's Jennifer. Jennifer writes to me and she said, hearing you talk about your book, Surviving in Stroke City, reminds me of a time a few years back when I worked in Belfast Central Library. An elderly lady came up to the counter with a stack of books that she wanted to borrow. She was obviously not in the best of health and had come to the library to read up on her condition. Amongst the books on lowering blood pressure, healthy eating and exercising and other such self-help books, she had a copy of your book, which was called Surviving in Stroke City. I gently inquired whether that was the book that she wanted. She explained that she had recently had a stroke and wanted some advice on getting better and preventing another one. When I told her what the book actually was, it's by Gerry Anderson, you know, from the radio, from Derry, Londonderry. She screwed up her face and she said, "Ach, no, I wouldn't want to read on." That's always tickled me ever since, especially because one of my colleagues had obviously made a similar mistake and shelved your book in the medical section. Is there someone on the line
on
here?
line two.
Yeah, I'm great fun today. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm well light-hearted, aren't I?
Yeah.
I
Good
do a
morning.
person good. Yes, good morning. Who's that?
This is Alfie from Moira.
Alfie, what about you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yourself?
I couldn't be better.
Right. I've got a bit of a problem with my adding here this morning.
With your what?
with adding up. I'm a 1941 model, okay?
What is he saying?
Adding.
Oh, sorry.
Adding this treble one.
There's a fella sent me a message. He said he's very worried. He applied that method to his wife. He discovered she's
it works for
112.
my wife. My sister-in-law doesn't work for me. Have you got a pen?
I have. Right?
I'm a 1941 model.
Right?
What age am I?
You are. Well, you see, I
71.
need. But see, I can't tell you. Oh, sorry. You're 71.
Right. Well, that does not up. That makes 112.
What am I doing here?
What are you doing?
There you are.
What am I
Come on.
doing here?
You told the people to do it. There you are.
But are you 71 or are you nearly 71?
Oh no, I was 71 in January past, and we're in the year 2012.
Have you been in England for a while?
I have not.
I think he has.
No.
He's a man talking like that. He's been in England for a while. 71.
Yes.
Hold on a minute.
And I was born in 1941.
Yes. So what's
112?
Uh-huh.
He's 112.
Yes.
No, has Alfie caught you out?
His wife's 100. How do you mean caught me out?
Yes, you told people to do it.
I didn't care one way or the other. I was made to do it. I tried to let the guy down, but you wouldn't let me. You said I was being rude to him. Look, there's a person who's born in 1953. He's 59 now, but it works out he's 112. You see, everybody's 112 now.
All right, see that?
Yeah.
Well, that man that rang up, you should have let him explain himself.
Yuck. Anyway, listen, thank you anyway for that.
Good morning.
God bless you.
God bless you, my son. Bye.
Thank you. This is what happens when you start this kind of carry on.
This is
People
when
are
you
sitting at
started
home.
it.
I didn't want to start it. I tried to get rid of the guy and he wouldn't. And you shamed me into listening to him.
No, there's a wee call for you.
And now I have to deal with the flack. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Gerry.
Good morning. I hope this is not about arithmetic.
I can assure you it's not.
Thank God for that.
Okay, Gerry.
What can we do for you?
I tell you what it is. I have a very good friend who died about 9 months ago,
Yes.
and his lovely widow, Liz, lost a necklace in the city centre in Belfast here.
Okay.
It's of very little monetary value, but of great sentimental value.
Okay.
It's silver heart shaped with a little blue stone just at the top where the catch is. It's on a silver chain.
Silver heart with a little blue stone, okay.
And it's on a silver chain.
Okay.
It was lost, and this is important, in the Victoria Centre, Victoria Street, May Street area,
All right.
which you would be familiar with.
I am indeed, yeah.
She has tried the police, the Victoria Centre itself, the bus company. She has walked around the area. She's done everything, and she is devastated. And I said to her, we have one last hope here. This was lost on the 13th of February. And I said to her, one last hope here. I see a chap walking through Robinson's on a Friday, and I'm going to slip something into his hand. I said, and he's the sort of chap, if you slip something into his hand, he wouldn't throw it away or say no.
He would not, no.
And I say, I'm in Robinson's, and he comes through frequently. But what do you know, last Friday, no sign of Gerry.
No.
Anyway.
I always use it as a shortcut.
I know you do. I speak to you frequently. You never say hello. You never say how are you.
Do
you
I
walk
now?
on through. I think you do it for a fact. But anyway, no, Gerry.
Do you hear
This
that?
lady is devastated.
And
I said to her, this may work. It is our last hope, but Mr. Anderson's the sort of chap can work miracles.
Yes.
And as you know yourself, doing the Lord's work, the
Jesus depends on me often.
well, that's and we're depending on you right now.
Okay.
So Gerry, I'd be very, very grateful if you could put that on air for me, and perhaps we'll get a response. If someone has found it, we're prepared to pay a small reward.
Yes, small token, yes.
Of course, of for their honesty, but it would be great if she could get it back. She is absolutely frantic.
So it's a silver heart-shaped, a little blue stone in it, and it's a silver chain.
It is indeed.
Okay, so anyone who saw that, picked it up, maybe stuck it in their pocket,
Indeed, round the Victoria Centre, Victoria Street, May Street area.
See, maybe perhaps, someone lifted that, and as you say, it's not worth much, and maybe they realised it wasn't worth an awful lot, just stuck in their pocket. Sometimes if you find something and it's not, diamonds, you don't bring it to the police station or whatever.
Of course
you
you
just
wouldn't,
stick it in your pocket.
and that's exactly right.
Right.
We
All right.
probably just wandered home with it and thought
Okay.
nice things for kids to play with or whatever, but it is of great sentimental value to her. As I say, she lost a lovely guy who was a close friend about 9 months ago. and we're just trying to retrieve this for her.
Okay, right. So the number to ring if you know anything about that is this number here, 08459 555 678. So we'll let you know if we hear anything.
Thanks a million, Gerry.
Not
See
at
you
all.
in Robinsons. Bye.
Bye. I'd have to stop going through there.
I know. Josephine would like to talk to you. Josephine, she's on 2.
Gerry, please say good luck to the Donegal boys. Dixie, Remy, Robbie heading to Las Vegas for a money spinner. Could you play Money, Money, Money by ABBA? From Liz and Geraldine. Can you imagine men from Donegal going to Las Vegas? Can you imagine that?
You could write a song about it.
That would call it Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal.
Something like that, yeah.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Gerry.
Yes, hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm well, thank you.
Good.
Hello, Gerry. I was hoping, I've heard about that man before me. That was very tragic about the woman's necklace.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't such a tragedy, but it is very important. My little granddaughter has lost a toy called Tigger. She lost it on Sunday evening about 5 o'clock at Tesco's at Convoy. And Gerry, she won't go to sleep without it.
Be a special thing.
Yeah, she's 18 months old. Now, it's not a new toy. It's been in the family for 10 years. It belongs to my younger daughter.
It'll be a wee bit dog-eared then.
And it is, yes, Gerry. It used to be orange with a dark stripe, but it's now sort of a faded yellow colour. And she always takes it going to bed. We bought a replacement, Gerry, but she won't have it. She chucked it out of the cot.
Oh.
And if anyone, has found it, maybe a child has picked it up.
All right.
Doesn't realise, how important it is to this little girl.
Just explain again what it is.
It's a little toy called Tigger.
Tigger, yeah.
From Winnie the Pooh series.
That's
and
right.
he's very small. He fits in the child's hand. And I say he's a faded yellow colour with a little stripe.
All right then. Okay. Anyone who could see that. Where was that? Where do you think it might be?
It was. She lost it about 5
Tesco's.
o'clock on Saturday, and Tesco's at Convoy.
All right then. Okay, anyone maybe picked that up and just stuck in their pocket, stuck in their basket or something like that,
Yes.
and they're listening, there's always a good chance that's what might have happened.
Right, Gerry.
Okay, give us a ring here, 08459 555 678, either the necklace or the wee Tigger. Okay.
Thanks, Gerry. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
That's all. We could make a fortune here, lost and found.
You were clicking all through that conversation. It's
pen.
very, very hateful.
I know, it's annoying. Yeah.
And people at home, they end up listening to the clicking noise, they don't listen to the message.
They're easily annoyed, that's all I can say.
You shouldn't do that.
I'm going to play something now for people who think that they know what a banjo sounds like.
A banjo? What's a banjo?
A banjo.
What's a banjo?
It's a banjo. A banjo. This is the best banjo player in the world. His name is Roberta Flack. Now, that's something you don't hear every day, a bit of avant-garde banjo. Let me just check what that's called exactly. That's Bella Fleck and the Fleck Tones. That's from an album called Rocket Science, and that's a track called Gravity Lane. The ladies, what do you call that wee thing that she got?
Tiger.
That's been found, so it allows me to say something that I've never said before, which is Toy Tigger from Tesco has been traced.
Oh, very good.
Thank you
very
much
quick.
indeed.
Very
I've got a
quick.
little something for you to do here. A gentleman writes to me and he says, Gerry, did you see the programme from Northern Ireland about cooking between two families from Greysteel and Eglinton? It's called Stuffed. Have you ever watched that?
No.
Oh, you have to watch it.
Is that the one, the Roy Walker one?
You have to watch it.
Is
You
it?
really do.
Well, tell me when it's on. It's
know.
on Tuesday night.
I don't know. So this person wants you to say 4 phrases that Roy Walker used during the course of the programme. Are you ready?
Right.
Raymond is getting to grips with his rhubarb tart.
Raymond's getting to grips with his rhubarb tart.
Peter is getting his rice ready for his risotto.
Look at Peter, he's getting his rice ready for his risotto.
Myra's loving Raymond's rhubarb tart.
And Myra's loving Raymond's rhubarb tart.
Raymond is the winner. Raymond, you're a star. Many R's at the bottom of it. You have to go for this one.
What's that one?
Raymond is the winner. Raymond, you're a star. Right.
Raymond, you're the winner. Raymond's a star. Is that all right?
That's very good. We have to watch that. We have to watch that.
He's a star, Raymond. I love your apple pie, Raymond. It's lovely. Just a little sprinkle of sugar there and be lovely. Nice cup of tea. Oh, I want to do Roy Walker.
You should do it.
I want to do Roy.
You should watch that programme, make notes. You really should. I look it up in the iPlayer. This is Dan, Radio. We'll be back tomorrow. Goodbye.
Close your eyes, hold tight. Let's have fun tonight. Know that kid, I heard him play his songs on the radio. Listen, memorize all the words, and you'll sing it loud. I'll listen every night and take the child and proud. Let it realize and I'll fantasize. I'm on the radio. Bass pounds in the room is nearly bouncing. Something is coming that will make your body wanna start jumping. You'll feel it like nothing is wrong, and if you haven't heard it yet, just try to sing along. The crowd start to sing. Don't know what's happening. Audience is deafening. Brace yourself, breathe in, let it sink in. I know that kid, I heard him play his songs on the radio. Listen, memorize all the words, and you'll sing it loud. I'll listen every new night and take the child